Welcome to the Family Imago. Just in case you haven't looked at the Imago philosophy or understood how it works a bit better, I highly suggest you go back to the first video, which was more about the partner Imago and also learning the essence of what it's really all about before you start to move to this family one, because this will be shorter. But just remember that families that listen are families that communicate, are families that actually grow. And by that, I mean you're going to see unbelievable things happen when you actually start practicing something like this, a family imago. You're going to really see a difference in the way that you communicate with each other, because remember, listening is communication and really learning about those disowned parts or the opposites, not just the things that are the same and support your values, but all your different family members and what's going on for them and how you can then work on strategies afterwards. You'll be surprised at the conversation that happens outside of a family imago session. Really helpful for you. So some ideas around how you could use it. You could use it to tell news of the week or share something of importance. You know, you could use it to sort of, from the conflict perspective, to try and sort things out there, and it allows you to come back to connection and really hear the conflict. Or it could be one or two siblings having conflict with each other and you decide to put a family imago together that actually just allows everyone to be heard, because we all know that the truth out of context is a lie and it's very hard to get to the truth. And this is a really great way of making sure that all sides of the story get heard. And it also really calms down the hindbrain so that the thinking part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, which is still developing in children, okay, and teenagers, is able to kind of really calm down in these moments, and they can learn something really unique through this and about how to work through problems by listening to each other. To hear sort of people's goals of the week, like sometimes just like, what am I looking forward to this week? You can use it for that. Or what was I thinking happened in the last week, or some things that might be even troubling them, you know, like something that they're really working on for themselves, and each person could have a go at that. It's obviously to just hear ideas, you know, or it could be that you've got a family situation that you need to discuss, and each person's going to get a chance to discuss where they're at with that family situation. Putting ideas on the table, like doing family goals once a year, all those kind of things. This is great for that, to really hear each other, because we're all excited about our own goals. And obviously, you know, that sometimes stops us from listening to what everyone else wants. And how do we join those family goals together, you know, the individual in linking into the family and that family culture that we're looking to create. And so how does it work? It just starts with a centering. By centering, try and find a space that doesn't have anything between, no coffee table or dining room table or things like that, if possible. Just nothing that's sort of blocking the pathway of connection. And there's something interesting about the space in between that I've picked up on, and that is that it creates like a safety blanket. And you seem to be able to get more openness and more transparency about things as time goes on. You know, so start with that kind of centering, like position yourself. This is a dialogue that we're having, and so we're having a family dialogue, and therefore we're getting ourselves ready for it. And then you're going to go to an appreciation. And appreciation means, you know, I'm really thankful to so-and-so. You could say it about someone. You could say it about yourself, like whatever it is that you need to do before you sort of start. And that's how you can really get into the zone of, we're here to listen, you know, and we're here to really appreciate at this point in time. It's not gratitude, it's appreciation, but it's a good starting point for sort of bringing everybody in. Now, give yourself a time limit of 2 minutes per person, otherwise it can go on forever. There's usually one family member that talks more than the other. And so I'm probably that one in my family and my daughter, like the two girls. And so, you know, if you give a time limit at the beginning and sort of say 2 minutes, then you can obviously help set the scene that everybody gets the chance to speak if they'd like to. The oldest member goes first, you know, just to kick it off. It's also a bit of a respect thing, I guess, to sort of say eldest goes first, and it doesn't put pressure on the younger ones as well. And everyone says a little piece back. So it looks a bit like this. It's like, you know, they talk for 2 minutes, and then I might say, I hear you say that, you know, you're really looking forward to your soccer grand final this weekend. Am I with you? And I just say that piece, even though there was 2 minutes of pieces. And then someone else in the family say, I also hear you say that you're a bit worried about your maths test that you've got coming up. Am I with you? You know, and it's just taking little pieces and of the essence of whatever's come up for that person and what they're speaking about, and repeating it back until it's all exhausted. And then, are we with you? and then we can sort of say, tell us more or move on. You know, if there's a little bit more and you want to have a bit more space for it. Do not comment. Do not offer advice. This is really hard at the beginning. Like at the beginning when we first started doing this, everyone just wanted to give their advice channel and kind of stoop in or ask some more questions and not just be the receiver. The receiver is listening. The sender is sending. The receiver is only mirroring and back what is being said. Okay. And you can also have the option to pass if you want to. Just a quick look at how it works. The sender is the one doing the work of sending what's going on for them, whether it's good or bad or whatever's happening, or they're just opening up about an idea. And in the family dynamic, the other one, the receiver, is summarizing and listening. And you can just imagine what this will create for actual listening skills for later in life and for your kids. I mean, I'm just saying it can really help with schoolwork and listening to teachers because they're more attuned. And I've done this before with mask on the face, and that works really well as well. And so do this as you like to. I recommend once a week to get that habit going. It's a bit like if you go to church or if you go out for dinner or if you have takeout once a week, it's the same kind of thing as that, or you go for a walk once a week as a family. This is just another thing that you're sort of putting to connect in together and reap those benefits of that habitual process that you're pulling into your life. So really tough at the beginning. Lots of resistance sometimes from teenage kids. Don't push it. You know, if they don't want to join in, just leave it. Don't make it this big forced thing. And what you'll find, and I've helped a lot of families with this, what you'll find is they're very resistant at the beginning, some of the teenage ones. They don't want to be part of it, but they sort of start to listen in when it's happening, this once a week, this regular thing, and 3 or 4 weeks and they're in there because they can see it's a safe space where everyone's just hearing about what's going on for each other and they want to be part of that. You'll see how it works. All right, enjoy.